Hi everybody, my name is Kim Bowling and I am the Early Childhood Ambassador with Save the Children, and I work in the Hazard Perry County School District area. Normally on a weekly basis I will be going out into the community in different locations holding the 3 to 5 year old kindergarten readiness play and learn groups. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances that we're in and public activities and events being very restricted, I'm unable to do the play and learn groups at this time, which makes me really sad because I absolutely love the families that I work with. They're some of the most awesome parents and caregivers and children that I've ever had the privilege of knowing. And it's just an honor to be able to work with them and to be able to be a positive impact in their lives. So I'm really sad that we don't get to do that, but I'm thinking of some creative things that we can do, and I'm planning on using technology so that we can stay connected and interact with each other even though we won't be in person. And those videos will be coming very soon. Hopefully I'll be able to post one before the week is over. And in those videos, I'm going to be doing some of the activities that we would do in a normal weekly play and learn group. I'm going to be doing some kindergarten readiness skills and some VroOm tips. I'm going to be doing a weekly VroOm tip. And I'm going to be issuing some challenges, and in those challenges you'll be challenged to do the kindergarten readiness skill, you'll be challenged to do something with the letter of the week, and you will also be challenged to do the VroOm tip that we're going to have for once a week. So I'm really excited to post those videos and to have the connection and the interaction with the families that I work with, even though we won't be able to do that in person. So those videos will be coming very soon, and I hope you all will look for those. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the program that we're sponsored by, and that is VroOm. And VroOm is just a wonderful tool for parents and caregivers who have children ages 0 to 5. And there's been lots of scientific research and studies that have proven that the brain grows most rapidly during the first 5 years of life. So VroOm offers tips that parents and caregivers can incorporate into their everyday routines and activities that helps make those moments brain building moments. And the tips are little fun activities that the parent or caregiver can do with the child to just incorporate learning and what they're doing every day at home. The wonderful thing about the VroOm tips is that you don't have to go out and spend money to be able to do them. They're absolutely don't cost money. You just incorporate them into what you're already doing. And some of the VroOm tips that they offer is for when you're cooking, or maybe you're doing recipes. Your child can be incorporated into that. There is VroOm tips for when you're doing laundry, for mealtime, for bath time, bedtime, tips for when you're outside and when you're in the car, when you're at the grocery store, and when you're at the doctor's office. There's just thousands of VroOm tips that they offer to help you to be mindful of things that you can be doing just in your everyday routines and activities to make those moments brain building moments. And so I want to get that tool into your hands. I want to make people aware of it. And hopefully while you're at home, you can be incorporating some of these VroOm tips in your daily activities and to help nurture that brain building process. VroOm has a little information sheet that talks about the brain. So I just want to read that, because if parents don't know or caregivers don't know the importance of those first 5 years of life, then how can they be intentional with making sure that they're making those moments brain building moments? So we want you to be aware of the importance of the first 5 years of life. So it says that every baby is born with a brain that contains billions of neurons. And from day one, those neurons connect and the brain begins to get wired for life. The brain is wired to grow. It's really small in the beginning, but it's wired to make all those connections. And in the first 5 years, it makes 1 million neural connections every single second. Wow, that's mind-blowing. And above all, there's one thing that helps young brains grow strong, and that's that adult-child relationship. And if you notice our VroOm logo, it's VR, little o, big O-M. And the little O represents the child, and the big O represents the parent or the caregiver, the adult that's in the child's life. And it is crucial. It is so very important that you have that interaction with that child, because that is one of the main things that causes that development of the brain, is that interaction between the child and the parent. And that's why these VroOm tips are just such a wonderful tool, because in the VroOm tips, it encourages that interaction between the adult and the child. And so it's very, very, very important. When that baby is born, hold that baby, just love on that baby. And, as they get older and they enter different stages and they start cooing, like talk to them back and forth, mimic what they're doing. And as they get older and they're able to communicate, communication is so very important. So it's important that you communicate to your child and that you allow your child to communicate to you, and that you're playing with them. And then there's that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's what causes all those connections, those neural connections, which enhances the development of the brain. And it says, even kids who can't talk yet are looking, listening, and relating to you every single day. And every time you interact with your child, you're doing something major. You're shaping a growing mind. And the first 5 years are when the brain builds the foundation, so kids can thrive as adults. And I really like this. We know this for sure, that learning doesn't start at school. And a lot of people think that that's when learning actually starts, but it begins at birth. The very moment that that baby is born, the learning process begins. So you're actually the most valuable teacher that your child will ever have. And it's very important that we are very intentional about making these daily activities and moments, brain building moments. And that's why VroOm is so important, because they offer just amazing tips that can help you to do that. And I'm going to give you information on how you can access those VroOm tips.